Hi,
Yeah,
Dominic.
that's what it said. Hi.
Thanks for being our video testimony giver about the HANA seminar that we held on the 10th and 11th of December, facilitated by CENTROPA. I'm going to ask you 4 questions that we'd like you to answer. So the first was, what parts of the seminar did you find most interesting and why?
I really appreciated I think that was the second day when Ingolf, right, presented his conspiracy theories. I really appreciated the great overview he gave. He provided us with all the material, with the pictures he took. And I would personally, well, you know, you always see these things on TV or anywhere else in the media. And I would never have supposed that movement or these different movements have such an extent already in Germany. And that is what I was really afraid of. It frightened me, to be honest. And I think I learned for myself that it's very important to counter the theories as soon as possible, especially for youngsters at a certain age, as early as possible, because I think it's going to be very, very difficult to counter the theories, to prove them wrong once these children grow old, because they're so illogical, really, because it's just about suppositions and prepositions, you know, all these different things. It's just, there's nothing really that you can grasp. That's nothing tangible, really, but it's more like, I think it's going to be very, very difficult. That's what I learned, to argue, to discuss with these people, because they're always going to find a way to still maintain it for true what they said. And that, I think, is a problem. And I really appreciate very much that presentation that Ingo did. And I think I will be well able to use that in class, really, because he uploaded the presentation so I can download it. And I think I might also use it, but to actually really educate colleagues on that, because I think there was, you know, some rumors about these movements and about the theories, but really finding out how different they are, how illogical they are, again, is in my opinion, something that is important, and really to put a focus on. Yeah.
It's funny.
And that's what I like.
They would do. I think it's funny because we were sitting in the seminar and, you know, you kind of want to giggle when you hear this stuff, right? You're just like, how can you?
Yes, I really, so as I said, the really thing that shocked me is these people are not open for logical arguments, I think. There was a Goebbels quotation, really, the German Minister of Propaganda in the Second World War. And he said about the protocols of Zion, he said, that's the right name, I don't know. Yes, I do remember the name, but nevertheless, so that he said, I know that they were made up, but I still believe that what they say is true. And that is the very core of the whole debate, I think. So even if you can prove them wrong, they will say, yes, but, you know, and provide you with reasons or arguments or this supposition they have, where you would say, no, I don't think that's true, but they don't care, because it's really, and that is a huge and important task we are facing. And especially under Corona, under COVID, actually, that is a growing and getting more intense challenge, really. So, yes.
Yeah, thank you. So the next question I'd like to ask you is, what was the highlight of the seminar for you and why? Explain quickly, please.
Yeah, I really think that was a presentation that Ingolf did, and I really liked the exchange with the colleagues. You know, especially now as teachers, we are mostly used to work in our school with our colleagues at school, and the exchange between teachers from different schools, especially in Germany, from within Germany, so that is from within the German states, is not something that you can do every day. And for me, it was very interesting to find out how other states, German states, get along with that challenge of teaching anti-Semitism, where they do that, how they do that. And that is something I really appreciate. So the mix of both things. So meeting, exchanging with other colleagues, and yes, obviously the presentation Ingolf did. So that was good. So I also found interesting the thing with the German rep, really, but obviously I don't know anything about it. So, and at our school, that is not such an important issue because our students usually do not bother with that too much, but it was interesting to get to know about that. I heard about that, but especially in case of sexism, right? So more about, that's what we talked about. We talk about that in class as well, but not so much about anti-Semitism. But I found that interesting as well.
Yeah, how it links together. But of course, it's also this question of how much does one know that the students are like bringing or something. I don't know, how much are they openly like talking about it? But yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's interesting. Could you say that the seminar improved your understanding of anti-Semitism and conspiracy theories?
Yes, as I said before, yes, it did. Because simply as I said before earlier, so you have some pieces of knowledge, but the presentation actually made clear where the connection is, clearer to me, where the connection is between those conspiracy theories and anti-Semitism. And I think that is very important because anti-Semitism always is a part of these conspiracy theories. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where it all started. There's a very close connection, of course, between and conspiracy theories and anti-Semitism. And I think that's important to get informed on this as early as possible, as deeply as possible, because that I think we just got disconnected.
Yeah, but I think it's my internet, but I think we're back on.
Don't worry. Yeah. Did you get what I was saying? No, I said again. So I think fighting that and really finding out that anti-Semitism and conspiracy theories are very much connected is very important, because obviously that's the way how it started. So anti-Semitism started with conspiracy theories and vice versa. And I think that is important. You have to know as much as you can, get to know about both things, because that's the only way to fight both things. So yes, and that's what I think what I got from the seminar again. Yeah, that's what I was important.
Thank you. I mean, you guys as teachers are really multipliers, right? I mean, you reach so many people, many people in like also a stage in which they're influenceable in a way, right? In a positive way. Thank you. Thanks. What can we improve, in your opinion?
What you could improve is, I said that already on the first day of the seminar, my approach would be a more modern one. On the first day, what I really liked was the overview over all these different European Jewish communities, but I would have chosen different films. So as I said, the film about Theophilus Silberstein, improve me please. Is it Silberstein? So sorry, it is Silberstein. Yes, about Theophilus Silberstein was interesting. But as I said, in order to talk about modern anti-Semitism and about it, we have to make students more aware of modern life in Germany. At our school, for example, we have had an exchange with Israel for years now, and we have a good exchange. So that means we go there everywhere. Well, we would like to go there every year. The past 2 years, of course, didn't work. And for our students, it's so normal. It's like going to any other country. And it's so important, even these students who do not have the prejudices a lot of other people have, do not have these conspiracy theories, to tell them about it, to teach them about the theories. So in order to enable them to help fighting these stereotypes and other things, because as I said, so they go there without any prejudice and they come back and there are friendships for life really that are being established on that exchange. And for them, it's not an issue whether it's a Jewish country or whether they go to, but they will be confronted later in their lives with all these conspiracy theories. And yes, that's one thing. So that I wanted to say. So that is important, the modern approach. And especially the attack happening in Halle, I think 2 years ago. Is that already? That would be something like an eye catcher for students to get them involved into that topic. I mean, the historical debate is important, but it might happen that students said, oh no, not please, the Holocaust, not again, you know, because they're really being confronted with that at German schools really a lot, which is good. Don't misunderstand me.
Yeah.
But in history, the time is obviously very limited, and it's very important to teach students about recent problems, of course, the problems we have today when it comes to anti-Semitism. And yeah, that's what I think is important.
Yeah.
And so the more modern approach, Theophila Silberstein, great movie, great clip, but more useful for a historical teaching purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I think also actually this focus on modern anti-Semitism needs to include it, because I mean something like Halle is completely relevant for German society.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, this is what this leads to, this crazy idea that Jewish people pose a threat to society or something, right? And a violent threat in a society in which violence is very much pushed, away,
Yeah. Because I think, the problem is that students are overfed with news. For students nowadays, it's really hard to distinguish between what is important news, what is not that important, because they're being fed with news all day long. So via social media, they've got all the mobile communication available, and they use that extensively, of course, which is not bad. But it's difficult for them to put a focus on certain things. So for them, it's sometimes very difficult, especially for younger students, to filter things, to just find out this is important, this is unimportant. And so that's where we can actually establish the connection between, for example, Halle attack, between now and earlier history years ago. So
yeah, that's one way. Thank you so much for
You're welcome.
Dominic. I'll stop the recording. Yeah.